perfect time to plan and execute your new goals and start that new business. Before you start to execute or make those plans or register the LLC, listen to this video first, because in this I cover things that I wish that I knew before starting a business. So if you're new to my channel, my name is Keisha. On socials, I am Keisha with no H, and I've had a side business for about 6 years now. My online boutique, The Pink Trunk, where we make every day a fashion statement. Also, while juggling a full-time job, and as of this past December, I earned my MBA in business analytics. So I have been juggling a number of things, so I can share with you some things I wish someone had told me before starting a business. So today on my channel, we will discuss the importance of market research, expectations versus reality, and the importance of capital investments. So before you get started with everything and hitting the ground running, I just want to help you establish more of a refined strategy and think about some things thoroughly before all destruction takes place. Not that that will necessarily happen, but it's always good to have some insight on things that can make you more successful and things to avoid. Overall, starting a business is a wonderful thing, and I'm not here to talk you out of it or to discourage you in any way. I just want to provide some pointers in so you can avoid making the mistakes that I did in my entrepreneurship journey. So when I first started The Pink Trunk in 2019, I started it based around my interest in accessories and things that I wanted to see and things that were trending. Now, while that did work for a while, it worked until it didn't, because my strategy was not refined, and then also not always utilizing market research, which is an extremely important component of the success of your business, and also just checking in to see what's happening besides what's trending and what your target audience needs. A lot of time on socials you hear things about, oh, what about your target audience, or what about your target audience, but nobody really tells you exactly what you need to look for or emphasize how important that is. You normally just hear that breezed about and then they go about their day. So with understanding who your target audience is and why that relates to market research, is that something that you should be always conducting, whether you're starting a brand new business, you want to introduce a new product or service, or you want to up with the performance of your current product or service, or to evaluate past performance of what you previously did and to see if you should do it again, or if you should change it a little bit or more. So by first identifying your ideal consumer or your existing consumers, their wants and needs, you first identify what the problem is that your audience is facing, and then you figure out how you can solve it. Otherwise, if you could continuously solve their problems, you'll always have that returning customer, basically building consumer loyalty. But by doing this research, also helps you eliminate a lot of problems in the future. So one of the ways that you can make sure that you are constantly meeting the demands of your clients, or to figure out if the product or the service that you want to sell is even worth it, or if there is a market for it, tools like Google Trends. That's a free tool that's right here on the internet. All you have to go to is google.trends, and you can use that to search keywords or phrases that your intended audience may be looking for. Like if you have a men's clothing line and you might want to create some type of suit or pants, you can look up men's suit pants, and you can look to see in the past week, month, date, how many people search that phrase. Or if there's something that's a little bit more niched, you could drill down to see how many people, and in what part of the United States, if you are in the United States, what people in that state is looking for this item. Using tools like Google Trends will help you uncover other things that you may have not thought about when trying to start your business or further refining your strategy. So You may find other things that your audience values, other things that they want, and 100% another market that you may have not thought about, or that another provider isn't given to their audience, that you could meet the demand for those people. So by uncovering all these things, you can reduce the risk of losing all of your money and further refine your strategy, just tweaking it a little bit. So through this research, you can figure out what products to probably avoid launching, to avoid overspending for a certain whatever, or investing in a certain type of software that people aren't really using because it obviously doesn't work or the people don't like it. Trust me, I've been there before. With me having a women's boutique, trends change for women all the time, and I've definitely bought inventory that did not sell at all. And for me, that was an L on me, because I can't move this inventory. If my audience doesn't want it, it doesn't resonate with them, I don't have a sale. So it's super important to research these things and always to keep that in mind. Whether you're brand new, whether you're 2 years in, 1 year in, 3 months in, it's always wise to consider your market research before launching or introducing something new to your audience. And by constantly refining what your strategy is or doing the research for your customers, tools that can help you avoid losing money or find things that simply your audience does not like. Ask, ask, ask. Feedback is a wonderful gift that constantly gives back to you. Now, it may be easy to just ask somebody questions. Well, would you if, or if there was this, right? The best way to conduct this type of research is to not ask hypothetical questions. Ask people what they are doing at this moment now. What are their current habits? Not what ifs or how to's. That is the most way that you will get information that's not completely accurate, because people will always tell you what they would ideally like to do, but not the things that they're actually doing. So the best way to avoid this is creating a survey. So you can actually ask people, what do they currently do? For instance, with me having a boutique, questions that would benefit me would be to ask, where do you currently shop? How much do you spend on this? Or what's the highest that you spent on this? This is actual data that you gather to figure out what this person has already done, not what they will say, oh, this is what I would like to do. Because as humans, our likes and needs change pretty often, but we can also use what we've done in the past to get more of an accurate results. So to ask these questions of whoever to create your survey, you'll want to use Google Forms. This is another free tool that you can use with your email address. You could create a link and you can make your own questions, right? But one of the better ways to get the best research is to ask people what they are currently doing. Another example would be, say if you were looking to own a gym, right? You want to own a gym or become a personal trainer. So, and this would be the perfect time to do so, because a lot of people are looking to jumpstart their fitness journey, right? But if you're looking to get a gym, you don't want to ask people a question like, well, how many days a week would you like to work out versus how many days a week do you work out? Those are two different questions and you'll get two different answers, because a lot of people may say, oh, I would like to work out 3-4 days a week, but they may actually not go to the gym at all. Those are the things that you want to further niche down to get some better results. But overall, starting a business is a great choice, and conducting that market research will help you a lot, and further niching down into the desired industry that you want to be in, and asking questions. But it's important to not get into analysis paralysis, where you're collecting so much information that you become stuck and you do nothing, right? But one of the best ways to get out of that is to connect with people, and also not to set yourself with these super high expectations and not be in the real world. So that brings me to my next point of talking about expectations versus reality. Now, with starting a business, like I said, it's a great time. You're energized. It's something that you're super passionate about. You're ready to start your journey of having financial freedom, whether you don't like your job now or whatever the reasons may be of why you decided to go into entrepreneurship, right? So just know that you may have an expectation for something, but that does not mean that everybody will meet your expectations. You have to have a realistic view of your journey of entrepreneurship, and everybody won't understand that. So what that means is your friends and your family will support you, or they may not. I don't know your exact situation. Hopefully they do, but they will support you. But do not depend on your family and your friends to solely make you rich. Now, they may enjoy your products, or they may shop with you, or they may come to you for this service, but do not expect them for every time that you have something that they should sell you out. That's just simply not how this works. But if you do experience that, you're one of the lucky ones. However, strangers will make you rich. Strangers will make you rich. I'm gonna say it one more time. Strangers will make you rich. And it's so important to network with other people and to build community outside of your inner circle. Now, you cannot be upset with your friends and your family if they choose to go to somebody else for a certain service, or if they choose to shop somewhere else, because they have their likes and dislikes too. And they are entitled to have a variety of things as well. So you can't take those things personally as an entrepreneur. It may sting a little bit to have that reality, to see, man, I do this. Why isn't this person, why are they not doing this with me? Or why are they not doing this with me? My first thing was to tell you is to not worry about what they are not doing, and worry more so about what it is that you are not doing. Like I said, strangers will make you rich. So you have to get out of your shell, get out of that protective bubble from, oh, this is what my friends and family said that they would do, and connect with the outside world. We have so many free tools to build community where you don't have to pay for them, or you don't have to have a higher follower count to engage with other people. So, which brings me to my point is don't be afraid to connect with people, go to different events, always be a student, always be willing to talk to people about your business. One of the things that I always live by with being an entrepreneur, especially with me currently being in a team of one, scared money does not make any money. You have to be willing to talk to people, which brings me to my next point of growth goals. Now, a lot of the time on the internet, people make entrepreneurship seem sexy, seem like an overnight success, seems like you'll be swimming in money. They don't talk a lot about the down moments that you have in entrepreneurship, times that your bank account may be to nothing, or the mistakes that you've made. And I'm here to let you know that those all are things that are a part of the process, and those are uncomfortable things that you have to learn to grow with. Now, you may be an overnight success with your business. You may do your launch day and you may sell out everything, or you may have 3 sales, right? But those are the things that you have to experience to get better and to grow better in your reality. And another thing of why I mentioned about the overnight success or the launch day, etc., building community is super important around having a business. You have to talk to people and you have to get out with people to measure the momentum of how your business is going to be and its longevity. Is it going to be around for 1 year? Is it going to be around for 2 years? How did you make people feel? How did your product or service make them feel? Did you meet their needs? Did you try to change anything about your product if something wasn't working? These are things that you want to know before you first start your business, and always keep these in mind to basically satisfy your customer. That's the way that your business will withstand any of those challenges. But you have to establish yourself, and I can't stress this enough about building community. Unless you're one of those people who already have like 10,000 followers or 40,000 followers, whatever. But if you're a person who isn't really active on social media, or you don't really go anywhere, that's the first step of wanting to have a successful business. You have to be willing to talk to people and then get to know people in your industry, right? So another way to build community is also asking questions, and never be afraid to be a student of the industry that you're trying to tap into. Now, some people, they may not be as willing to talk to you about sharing information. You don't want to be around those people anyway. You want to be around people who are willing to teach, because if you're really willing to teach, that takes nothing away from you to give information to the next person. There's enough money out here for everybody to win. I solely live by that. But before I go off on a tangent on that, building community within your industry, if there's other things about business that you want to know or that you want to be better at. So connecting with people, I don't know where you're from, but I'm from Kansas City, and we have a big community for business owners and people who are trying to build and scale their business with little to no fees. One of the resources that I used through our Small Business Association, the SBA. So all you have to go to is sba.org and narrow it down by your state and city, and you can find different resources from there. But for me personally, being a Kansas City girl, I participated in the Small Business Development Program with the Porterhouse KC, which was a 15-week program to help me refine my business strategy and offer me the opportunity to pitch in a competition. So I was able to connect with other business owners, talk about the challenges, the good, the bad, and the ugly, kind of like what I'm doing here, but I was able to lean on the support from other people who were kind of going the same thing. And that's why I mentioned how building a community is important and gives you a realistic view of what it's like to be an entrepreneur versus of what you may see on the internet. You may see people shipping out thousands of orders at a time. I guarantee those people had to put in a lot of work, and maybe it did happen for them overnight. I don't know everybody's story, but what I can tell you, for me, that's not how it worked for me, and I am constantly still learning, even 6 years later. And so I'll put the link in the description furthermore about how to connect it with different events, and then also utilize tools like Facebook events and Eventbrite. You'll find tons of different meetup groups or ways to network with different people. Again, do not be afraid of people. You cannot be an entrepreneur and be scared to talk to people. It simply will not work. It simply will not work if you cannot talk to people. Which brings me to my next point. The most important component of having a business or learning how to sustain your business is money. How are you going to invest in your business? So, with money being the most important thing, to avoid spending countless dollars on inventory that does not sell or software that does not really work, trust me, I've been there. I've wasted the money. So, with moving on with your business, it's best to set up and plan for all the things that you want to invest in and your initial cost. So, one of the freebies that I decided to include into this video today, I created a simple startup budget, and this is something that you can use whether you're a year or two in your business, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Maybe it's something else that you want to introduce, but you want to lay out all of your expenses of what things may cost. So in this list, I created an itemized list of different categories of costs that you may need, and you can refine it the way that you need to tailor it to your business, right? So just help you create like a guide of, okay, probably cost this will probably cost this. And in my opinion, I think that it's best that you overestimate these things, just so you can have more wiggle room, just in case in one area a little more, or it costs a little less, or you may save some money. So with this itemized that's included, this free PDF download, you'll be able to see realistically the cost that your business may need. And then also, if you already have a personal savings for your business or a certain amount set aside to introduce this new product or service, you could see like, oh, okay, I already have this amount allocated for this. I have this allocated for different costs. So I'm covered in this area. And then furthermore, you can see how much should you ask probably your friends and family if they want to contribute. And plus, if you have this itemized list, it shows that you're really organized, that you could come to your friends and your family and say, hey, I'm starting this business. I've done this amount of research. It'll take this. I'll need this much. This is how much that I have to contribute. I would like to see if you would donate or if you would like to be an investor. And if you're a little bit more advanced than that, you can use this list, use the research that you've created from doing your market research, and you created this you could budget for starting your business. You may be able to ask for investors or even participate in different grant competitions, grant writing, different pitch competitions, and a lot of those things you can find on this website called Hello Alice, where if you're a new founder, new CEO, you have a new business, though you've already done the research of what these customers, how can I meet those needs and what is it going to cost, and this is what this business is estimated to make me in revenue, this is what I can make in profit, and as an investor, this is how much you can get back by joining my business. But with this simple budget plan, it's a simple way to start off and just giving you an ideal, whether you have the money or not, but it can give you a moment to take a step back to say, okay, I have a little bit more money before I could really start this, just to give myself some cushion for this. Or maybe I really don't need this type of printer, maybe I can get this type of printer. Or maybe I don't need this type of camera yet, maybe I need to invest into my brand, or I need to make this type of money back to reinvest into the business so I can buy this type of camera or this type of inventory moving forward. Understanding your financial position is essential in a business, and that's a lot of times how businesses go broke, or they constantly invest into bad inventory or just making poor financial decisions, but not understanding where every dollar is going and how you're making that dollar work and how you're going to get that dollar back. Money is everything when starting a business. Do not let someone tell you that. You are in business to make money. You are in business to make money. You are in business to make money. And I want you to thoroughly understand that and do not feel bad about that, because businesses cost a lot of money. Okay? Do not go out giving all of your friends discounts, putting everything on sale like Amazon or the big box retailers. You and I are not there yet. We are not there yet. We are small business owners and we are here to make money. Just have to reiterate that point. So thank you for listening to this episode. And if you like what I discussed today, and if you have other gems that you like to talk about, whether you're already an established business owner or a new business owner and you have some more questions, don't be afraid to subscribe, like, comment, share with your friends, and take that freebie and let's get started on your business for 2025. Thank you. Have a good day, y'all.